Hey, welcome back to Always Learning. What are we doing today? Well, today we're going to fix a crack we have. We got a gap that just keeps getting wider and wider. And so we're going to use this backer rod and just this self-leveling expansion caulk to put in there and kind of fill it.
So before you put your caulk or you put your foam backer in there, you're going to want to clean it out. I used a broom, I used my hand, I used a screwdriver. You just want to get the big chunks, anything that's going to stick up higher than the level before you put your foam in. I used just a blower and blew it out, and that worked pretty well to get most of the pieces and debris out. Like I said, you're kind of getting the chunks, but you don't have to be perfect. And then you're just going to put your foam in there once you kind of get it all cleared out. But you can see it did a pretty good job of getting it out. All right, so now that I've got my driveway crack all cleaned out, now we're going to put this backer rod. I got the extra large because my crack in my concrete's pretty deep and wide. So it says the extra large is supposed to be a quarter to a half, and so you just kind of roll it in there, and you can twist them together if you got larger gaps. Really pretty simple. You just start at one end with the end of the tube and slowly, gently put it in there. You want to make sure it gets below kind of the grade or the level that you're going to want that caulk in. Just kind of roll it in there. You can see I've got a big gap there where the concrete is busted out, and I'm about halfway. It took one full piece. I went ahead and got two in case I needed it, but just kind of do it with your hand. It goes in pretty easy and it rolls out. It stays fairly well. I think the bigger issue is if you're going to see later, I had one spot in there where the foam actually kind of wanted to float up. Hindsight, I should have used a rock or a stone or something to kind of wedge it in there to hold it in place until the caulk could actually solidify in 24 to 48 hours. And then when you get to the end, you simply just tear it off. Like I said, I had some areas where my concrete had gotten kind of wide, and so I just tore off little pieces and kind of filled in that gap so I wouldn't have to use as much caulk. You could probably use rocks too in those little gaps, because that caulk is going to adhere to both sides of the concrete and should kind of create a barrier. Now that your foam's in place, you're simply going to load the caulk or the filler in the caulking gun, get it all ready to go, and just kind of start at one end and fill it as you go. You're going to get some air pockets as it settles, and then you just kind of come back and dip the nose down in there and kind of squeeze it and fill it from below. Tends to work better, is what I've found. But you really just kind of keep the gun working and moving. And like I said, even if you have areas that settle, you can come back the next day or week and fill those areas in, and they'll look different initially, but eventually it's all going to get kind of dirty and ran over by your car, and it'll kind of blend in and form. So you just kind of squeeze it and let it settle a little bit, and then just kind of keep working. If you've done any welding, it's kind of like working a welding pool. And I actually halfway through it determined that I'm not going to have enough of the filler, the caulk, and so then I had to run to Menards and get more of it, but it worked out okay. I'd bought 5 originally, and so then when I went back to the store, I just bought 5 more, and ended up needing maybe, I think, 1.5 or 2 more than what I originally had bought. So I think I used 7 total, and then I just took the other ones back. But just kind of keep working it, and you can see here kind of in the corner, one of these to the right of where I'm working, it started floating up, and in hindsight I should have taken a rock, and that's what I eventually did when I came back from the store. I just took a rock and shoved it in there to hold that tube down. You could probably use a small nail. As long as it's below the surface of where you're filling, that's all that's going to matter. But once I came back and shoved that rock in kind of between the foam and the concrete driveway, it held it down long enough for 48 hours, still holding it, but it's holding it long enough for that caulk or filler to solidify, and once it solidifies, it's not coming up through it, but it just wants to float as it's kind of a ambient. I don't know if that's the right word, or it's more liquid. It hasn't solidified as much. It wants to float up. So that's kind of the only thing I learned, is make sure you get the foam where it stays down, and if it wants to start to rise when you're doing it, just address it then with a rock or something. And you just kind of keep going till you get it all the way at the end, and just don't drive over it for 24 hours is what I did. I put a couple little signs down to make sure people knew, so they wouldn't step on it, because if not, you're going to get it everywhere and it's going to be a mess. And then, like I said, here's what it looked like at the end. Gets dirty, but it still looks better than what you had before. And actually, a lot of people think it looks better than when it actually has the finished product. Once it gets dirty, it kind of blends in more with the concrete. So that's how you do it. I think the whole thing, this whole track, probably cost me $100. But I would do it again, because it's going to keep the concrete from worsening and cracking. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hope this helps.